guys, I have a new curly hair routine that I wanted to share with you. I've been getting a lot of questions from friends of mine who have little girls or even little boys with really curly hair and they don't really know what to do with it. So you can do this routine on the kids, just don't be as meticulous, and it's super easy, and I'm gonna start it now. I just washed my hair and conditioned it. I'm not going to really talk a lot about products or anything like that. This is more about the routine. Just when you wash, make sure that you only cleanse at the root. Make sure that you only put conditioner on the ends, otherwise it'll weigh down your hair. You won't have the volume that you need. Curly hair needs volume, or else it just looks bleh, like a mop. You don't want that. The wetter your hair is, the better. It holds the curl together better. For this, I'm going to use curls. This is blueberry and coconut hair milk. I don't really like gel. There's only one type of gel that I like, if I had to pick, and it's Diva Curl. I don't really like how dry gels make my hair feel, and they have alcohol in them typically. So of all the gels, if I had to pick one, it would be a Diva Curl one. So take about that much, and I kind of just put it everywhere. This is very, very light. Don't mind the boxes in the background. We're decorating for the holidays, and I'm still not done, so my boxes are out. There are some curly hair tips that are kind of useless. They're just kind of interesting things to know, like if you rinse your hair with cold water, it shuts the cuticle. It's not life-changing. This is life-changing. This is a Denman brush. This is a must. Some people I know only do finger brushing, combing, detangling. I can't do that with my hair. It doesn't make my hair all that smooth, and I like when my hair is super smooth because it holds the shape better and it doesn't look frizzy. I find that if I comb with my fingers, it just doesn't work well. There's someone coming into my driveway right now and I don't know why. Okay, they're leaving. When you brush your hair, especially if it's a child, please start at the ends and please be gentle. You take the hair wherever you want to start. It doesn't matter, the crown or the nape of the neck. You hold the hair, see how naughty and disgusting? And with the Denman brush, you start at the tips and you hold. This way it won't pull from the scalp. And just very, very gently. If you hear ripping, the sound, it's because you're actually ripping the hair. Don't do that. It's not necessary. Just patience. And if your kid can't sit still, they can't sit still. And then they're gonna have those funny childhood photos where their hair looks ridiculous. That's part of childhood. It's like a rite of passage. I'm gonna fast forward this part because I doubt you wanna see me brushing my hair. One more tip though. As you're brushing through the hair, because hair that has shed from the root, unlike straight hair, it won't just kind of come out on its own. It's kind of stuck in there, and that's usually what causes the tangles. So what I do is I put the brush through my hair, and then I kind of follow through with my fingers, and this is disgusting, but any loose hairs I kind of pull. I hate loose hair. It skeeves me, even though it's mine. It's gross. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward this part. By the way, I do know what I'm talking about. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and I have had this fro of mine for 32 years. So I do know what I'm talking about. Lots of trial and error, lots of keratin treatments, lots of extensions and safety styles, and trying to fight it and wear it straight on humid days, and being in high school and looking ridiculous because my hair decided to frizz. So I think I pretty much got it down. At this point, the best piece of advice that I could give curly haired gals and guys is to not fight the beast. It's unique and you have to just love it. That's the other thing. If you have daughters, teach them to love their hair because it's really unique. I grew up with girls that were, really thin. Not really thin, they were just average. They were thin. And they had straight hair. And I was the only one with this crazy kinky curly hair and boobies and a tush. But now I'm loving it because it makes me different. And I like it. So encourage them to like their differences. I know that the curly girl method is kind of like the thing now. And for those of you who don't know what that is, you wet your hair, you kind of do what I'm doing right now, although people don't really believe in using brushes for that. You take something like the Diva Curl Gel, you put it through your hair, you do a couple things, and then you let a cast form on your hair. A cast on your hair is when it gets really hard, but it holds its shape super well. And then after it's dry, you scrunch it, and then it becomes soft, but still holds the form of the curl. The hair looks amazing after, but I find that I get pretty much the same results from doing this, and it's just so much easier. And I don't have to go through the whole process with the gel cast. The other thing I want to mention, because I know that I said I don't really like finger combing. I think finger combing is so good for people who have wavy hair, but want like the big Jane of the Jungle hair. So if your hair is more on the wavy side, do it. I have a Michelob Ultra beer box in the background. I swear it's not filled with beer. It's where I keep my Christmas decorations. A box is a box, right? I pretty much got out all the knots. And you can either find your natural part. I don't like where my natural part is because it's pretty much in the center, and I think that most people don't look good with the center part unless your face is really, really symmetrical. Mine's not. So I like to have it on the side. It's really, really, really hard to wear a middle part. Just don't do it unless you want to go for a very severe look, but I really don't like it. Okay. For curly hair, what I like to do is do kind of a loose zigzag part. All right, I'm just gonna use my fingers. So my part's kind of naturally over here. So I do that, and then I kind of come over here, move that hair over there, see? And then I'm gonna go a little behind that. Move this part over there. Kind of smooth this out so it goes where I want it to go. And at this point, you really only have like 2 more steps. It's really easy. This is really hard to do, not in front of a mirror. I'm just looking at my iPad. Really hard to do. All right. Take your hair tie, and you're gonna put some of your hair up. What I'm gonna do is start from kind of the hairline, work my way up to the crown. So I do this with my fingers. I go all the way around the back. Just loosely put the rest up, doesn't matter as long as it's out of the way. Now is the fun part. This is where the curls are actually going to be made. And what's nice is I used to do finger coils where you go through each curl and you turn it with your fingers. This is more true to your own curl pattern and curl shape. Now this is where the miracle of the Denman comes in. You start at the root. Your hair has to be super wet for this. So if it dried a lot while you were brushing it, re-wet it. And all you do, this part has to be touching the black part. So you kind of turn the brush. This is very easy, don't overthink it. And wait, ready? Isn't that amazing? That's it. And that's all we're gonna do to your whole head of hair. Turn it so it's touching the black. I feel like going through the bristle and then touching the black part just makes it smooth. Oh my God. So that's it. Before I said there were some curly hair tips that are useless and some that are life-changing. I'm going to give you another life-changing tip. Don't touch your curls. When they are dry and when they are wet, leave them alone. I know that they look so touchable and you want to just play with them. Leave them. That's how you cause frizz. That's how they won't hold their shape. Leave them alone. All right, so the first layer is done. So now you just let some more of your hair down. Something else that I want to mention, when you do your part, don't go too far back. If you do, you're going to have a really flat spot. Go back a little bit, and then from about halfway back to your crown, that part of your hair, you're going to just have go backwards. Don't brush it down. That's what I forgot to mention. This is really important. When you're doing this, you're going to pick the hair up from its direction of growth. This hair grows that way. This hair grows this way. This hair grows up. All in the direction that it grows. This hair grows down. So this hair grows in this direction. This part's all just common sense, figuring out where it grows. After we do this, you're going to diffuse your hair, and I'm going to give you a little tip that I learned from Curl Master Evan Joseph. Oh my God, I almost forgot his name. How could I? I've been following him a lot on Instagram. He says that when you diffuse your hair, don't flip your head upside down. Diffuse it one way to the side. Diffuse it side to side. And I didn't really understand why. It kind of didn't make sense to me, but I decided to try it out because I'm always looking for tips and things. And it worked. He says that if you turn your head upside down, it gives you a flat spot. And I had, for whatever reason, so much more volume, and I loved it. I'm at the point now where I want my part to end and I want the rest of the hair to just go backwards. So instead of taking a halo of hair each time I move on to a new section, I'm just gonna go from bottom to top. Right before Thanksgiving. People always make fun of me for doing it, but it reminds me of my grandma. My grandma passed away on my son's first birthday, October 19th. So when that happened, cheer me up and make me think of her. We decorated the day after my son's birthday, so it kind of became a tradition, so. Isn't this amazing? If at this point, because it's been a little while, if you're noticing that your hair, even with this Denman technique, is looking a little frizzy, it either means that your ends are too dry. See, my ends are a little dry right now. Or your roots are too dry, so you have to experiment with water and play around, because this is just a foolproof method. Your hair will be smooth and your curls will be perfect. So there are little factors like that that might affect it. If you're noticing that they're looking a little weird, just wet your hair. I don't care right now, though. Oh, I just got my hair stuck on. There we go. I don't know what the back looks like right now, but everything should pretty much be really well defined. Yeah, see? My hair looks a little frizzy up here. It's because I need to re-wet it, but I'm not going to right now because I don't want to. So it's still gonna look good. Right now I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go into the other room and diffuse my hair. Make sure that when you do it, don't touch your hair. Flip your head from side to side. Don't go forwards, don't go backwards. Side to side, to side, to side, to side. Hi, so I'm all diffused, and I mean, come on, look at the definition. So the only thing at this point that you need to do, if you have some frizzy pieces, you can go through, if it's a child, wet your fingertips, do the tips. You can use a leave-in condish that you like, just make sure it's light. And if you have curls that are sticking together, I kind of already did this process though, you can very gently see where it already wants to split on its own, pull it apart, and then you will have the most amazingly defined curls. Aren't we happy? So easy. So this is it. I hope you guys liked my video. Bye.